My name is Catherine Pierce. My friends call me Catherine. I'm an employee working for a famous company that most people would say, "Oh, you work there?" if I told them the name of the company. My parents believe that while it's fine for me to advance professionally and work hard, it's also time for me to get married. It seems like they are concerned about me because my life is so busy with work. To tell the truth, I have a long-term boyfriend and things are going well with him. I'm not in a hurry to get married because we're thinking of getting married in the future. I believe that I would continue to work and get married when the time is right, and live a reasonably busy and happy life. In the midst of this, it was the time of the year that new employees join our company as a mid-career hire. A woman about my age was assigned to our department. I was assigned to teach her how to do her job. To be honest, this woman was quite the tricky person, or free spirit, or whatever you want to call her. I had never met someone like her before, so I had a hard time dealing with her. "Hey, Catherine!" "Hi, good work today." "It's about tomorrow. Is it alright to be a little late in the morning? Actually, the tickets for my favorite idol go on sale at 8 a.m., so I really want to buy my ticket right on the dot to get a front row seat. I have this little shrine for my idol that I pray to when I buy these tickets at home so that I can always get a good seat. I'm thinking of coming to the office in the afternoon." If it's afternoon, just tell the company that you'll take time off for the morning and come in the afternoon. I taught you how to apply last time, so you can do it, right? And I'm not your friend, I'm your coworker, so please have some respect and talk to me professionally. "Oh, don't be so hard on me. Catherine, you're the same age as me. You can talk to me frankly, too. I always tell you to call me Sadie, my nickname." I'm just trying to keep my personal life and work separate. I won't take my job seriously if you won't start talking to me casually." "Why?" "Because communication with coworkers and how friendly you're with them is one of the motivating factors of work. So to motivate me to work harder, let's be friends. The next time you talk formally to me or don't call me by my nickname, I'll strike work." "So, about tomorrow, since it's too much trouble to report that I'll be gone and all that, can't you just do a good job on your end and pretend I was at work?" "If you're not here, it'll be obvious. They'll find out."
"Just pretend that you're making me run around the company, ordering me to do my work."
"There's no way I can do that. What do you think work is in the first place?"
"A filler until I get married."
"A filler?"
"The reason why I joined this company in the first place was to get married. Everyone knows about this company, so it's the perfect place to find someone, salary-wise, too. That's why I joined this company with the intention of finding a marriage partner quickly and leaving the company in a flash. At my last company, all the good guys were married, so I kinda quit after 6 months."
"That's the reason?"
"Yep, I didn't mention that in the interview though, so it's a secret between us. Catherine, if you know a guy who's good-looking, well-paid, and has potential, you need to introduce him to me. You can't have him all to yourself,
"So you had no plans on working from the beginning?"
"I'm too lazy to work. I'm going to find someone to marry and leave the company without working. Well, considering this is a company that treats employees well, I guess I'll be willing to work here for a year or so, but I'm going to quit. So I'm not even going to make an effort to learn this job. I don't care about what you need to say, because I'm not listening."
"Since you're paid to do a certain amount of work, if you don't, you'll be violating the contract."
"Yeah, so I'm going to pretend I'm working. I'm really good at that. I'm so good at pretending and lying. To tell you the truth, I lie on my resume all the time."
"That's something you shouldn't do."
"Oh, and if the company finds out, it'll mean that you tipped them off, so you have to keep quiet. If you tell them, I am never going to forgive you. It's not even a big deal. I just made my resume a tad bit more impressive, okay?"
"What about the qualifications you said you had?"
"Everything is a lie except for my license."
"Gosh, no wonder why the computer work wasn't getting done."
"We've talked this much, so now we're best friends, right? Don't betray your best friend, okay? Well, then, since you're my best friend, make tomorrow morning work out for me."
"What? Wait a minute. I can't say you're at work when you won't be." She came to the company with the intention of leaving from the very beginning, so she didn't seem to put any effort into her work after that. No matter how much we taught her how to work, she never seemed to respond at all. As one would expect, I couldn't entrust her with a job at this point. I thought that if she caused a problem after I was removed as her trainer, it would be a problem for the company, so I prepared a work manual that had the bare minimum and gave it to her. When I was busy doing my own work while taking care of her, my personal life took a big turn. My boyfriend, who had always wanted to get married at the right time, proposed to me, and the talk of marriage started. Since we were getting married in the same company, I only told my supervisor about it for the time being.
You're getting married? And I heard that your partner is Mr. Salvatore.
I'm not trying to tell anyone until I'm officially registered as married, but who told you?
I told you, didn't I? I told you I joined the company to find someone to marry. In order to find someone good, I wander around the company and make friends with people in lots of departments. So I get to know a lot of the gossip in the company and stuff like that. So, when's the wedding?
The third Saturday in 2 months.
I knew it! I knew it! The wedding venue is MM Wedding, right? The chapel is super famous for its beautiful stained glass windows.
How did you know that?
Because it's my wedding venue.
Your wedding venue? What do you mean?
I'm telling you that I'm the one who's getting married there on the third Saturday in 2 months.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what you mean.
Oh, you're so slow. That's why you lost your fiancé to me.
What? What are you talking about?
The man you were going to marry, Mr. Salvatore, I've been dating him for the last month.
What?
I mean, he and I just clicked, and it's, whoa, love at first sight? Well, as you know, I'm planning to get married, leave the company for life, and become a housewife. I thought, even if he has a partner, let's steal him away. I just kind of went for it.
Wait a minute, what do you mean by just went for it?
He has a wedding brochure, so I knew it. I knew he'd break up with his partner and choose me. So, he and I will be getting married at the best wedding venue in town on the third Saturday in 2 months. I feel bad for you, Catherine. I really do. But you don't have a choice. The one that wasn't chosen is at blame.
Did you know he was seeing someone else? That's cheating. You know that.
If there's something I want, I'm someone who'll do whatever it takes to get it. That's why I went through the trouble of lying to get into a company with high odds. It was hard convincing the company that I was working. I made it this far, so don't get in my way.
You're the one standing in my way. I'm the one getting married.
Get it right! You got dumped. Why don't you just back off and be the workaholic career woman you've always been? A calm, dandy, mature man like him deserves a woman like me who can do life calculations and is also beautiful.
What did you just say?
I'm saying women that only have their talent and work aren't needed.
You're kidding.
I'm so sorry. I know you two were about to get married, but I'll become happy for the both of us, so don't worry about the breakup. I know breaking off an engagement would be emotionally hard, but don't worry, it'll only be a moment.
Wait a minute, let me get this straight.
Okay, gotta go. I need to head out. I have a date with him. Also, I'll be signing my resignation soon.
No way. You know, I think we should have a serious talk. After that, she simply submitted her resignation to the director without listening to me. She decided to quit shortly after she joined the company. However, she still had a set number of days to work, her company policies. But even during those days she freely came to work, taking leave days and arriving as she liked. We didn't say anything, though, as criticizing her repeatedly would have taken up more time than good. And in the blink of an eye, 2 months had passed, and the wedding day had arrived. In the end, my fiancé never mentioned ending the engagement, and we were still getting married as planned. Actually, there's a trick to this.
Hey, why the hell are you here?
That should be my line. I told you I was going to hold the wedding here, didn't I?
You're still clinging on to him? You're getting dumped, and I'm going to be his bride, and I'll be the only one getting ready to put on my wedding dress in the bridal suite. The nerve of you! Don't you dare come into the waiting room. The bride's busy getting ready for her wedding.
You're delusional. My stomach hurts trying to hold back my laughter.
What? What are you talking about?
I didn't break off the engagement, nor did I break up with him. He told me he hasn't cheated on me either. First of all, we've been planning our wedding for the past 2 months between the two of us. How could you have possibly worn the dress during that time? Have you had any dress fittings or wedding meetings?
Well, he handled everything by himself, and he just kept me in the loop. He told me he wanted to surprise me.
Well, it sure is a surprise, isn't it? Because the guy you're dating, he's not my fiancé.
What do you mean? But my boyfriend is Mr. Salvatore. Your fiancé is Mr. Salvatore, right?
What's his first name?
What?
It's Stefan, isn't it?
Look, if you know his first name, then he is your fiancé. Don't act like I'm crazy because I stole your fiancé away from you.
My fiancé's first name is Damon. He's Stefan's brother.
Brother? What?
You haven't asked what his family composition is like? Before agreeing to get married, you didn't go meet your families or introduce yourself to his parents?
I assumed we could just do that at the wedding, so...
So he's still the same, isn't he?
What do you mean?
It seemed really odd to me ever since you claimed that my fiancé was a dandy adult who seemed trustworthy.
Huh?
Because my fiancé is the same age as me, and he's more of a dullard than a dandy. I've known him since college, so I know his brother, Stefan, pretty well.
Your fiancé's brother? Seriously? You mean the brothers work for the same company?
I suppose it's no surprise since their father is the CEO.
What? Their father is the president? So if I marry Stefan, I'm the next wife of the president?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because he's already married.
Already married?
Stefan has a wife and kids.
You're lying.
If news gets out, he'll be accused of having an affair within the company. His credibility will be ruined, and he won't be able to take over as president. He would need to maintain a nice family life with his wife without his affair being discovered if he were to become president. But that also means that you'll never be the wife of the president. Either way, you'll never be Mrs. President. Besides, he's fairly lazy and he's not very good at his job. Whenever he encounters a problem, he just postpones the solution and lets it slide. That's why he's not on the fast track to success.
Wait a minute, that's a lie, right?
My fiancé is now employed as the boss's right-hand guy because he uses his brother as a bad example. Because he's constantly busy, he's not the kind of guy you would run into while simply wandering the company during working hours. Well, now you've convinced me.
What?
You met the one with the slacking habits, but that means things will get tough.
What do you mean tough?
Well, he has a wife and kids, so if people find out about the affair, you'll have no choice but to pay for alimony. He will receive punishment too, not just you. By the way, Stefan is here today as the groom's brother. His wife will be there too, and his children, of course.
I beg your pardon?
Family members arrive early, so if you go straight to the bride's waiting room, you'll probably meet her. I don't keep in touch with your brother very often, but I do keep in touch with his wife. She's my friend, and she's always there to help me out.
If that's the case, you should have said so earlier. I don't want to be sued for alimony. And besides, I don't want to marry a man who cheats without telling he has a wife and kids. I'm leaving.
I'm so glad you haven't brought in your dress to the bridal suite yet. Please go home while you're still somewhat innocent. 1 week later.
Hey, Catherine, I need your help. I'm guessing this is partly your fault. Did you tell Stefan's wife about me and him?
What are you talking about?
I'm being sued for alimony. She's divorcing him because he cheated on her, and she wants me to pay her alimony since I'm guilty.
I didn't say anything.
Then where the hell did this lead come from?
She's a smart woman. She must have figured out that Stefan was having an affair. She must have done an investigation.
No way! I can't pay for the alimony. There was no severance pay either.
That's because you left right after you started working for the company.
And my salary was less than I expected.
That's because you were late, absent, and acted freely while you were at work.
I asked you to cover me for that.
Of course I couldn't. You should be grateful you got paid for what little you did. Not only did you disrupt the company's public morals, you even messed up the distribution of work in our department.
I did no such thing.
You were a mid-career hire, and because of your resume, we had more work in our department, because someone with your credentials and experience was coming in. But what entered was you, who was not only a rookie, but less than a newbie due to your lack of motivation. The rest of us had to scramble to clean up your mess. In fact, we'd even like you to share your salary with us.
If I lost any more of my paycheck, I wouldn't be able to survive.
So you should be grateful for what you got.
It wasn't supposed to be like this. I got fired with no money. He got divorced, so he moved in with me. I'm living on the edge, and I can't even go home to my parents because they kicked me out of the house.
Well, that's kind of expected.
Catherine, you married the CEO's son. Can't you do something?
What do you mean, do something?
Like, getting rid of my resignation, or some other kind of warm, fuzzy, best friend thing?
I don't remember being your friend. Besides, this is also an important company to me, and I don't want to get the company in trouble by accepting any more incompetent or unmotivated people, so you'll just have to give up.
Oh no!
I'm about to go on my honeymoon, so if you'll excuse me.
Honeymoon? Who's going to take care of us when the time comes?
You're responsible for yourselves. Your boyfriend, you said he's a grown man who's nice and calm, isn't he? And you also said that you're a calculating woman that's a good match for him. then I'm sure you can work it out.
I'm asking you to do something because I know it's not going to work out.
It's time to board, so I'm going to turn my phone off. I'll see you later.
Wait a minute! Catherine! Don't leave your best friend in a pinch! Please!
After that, Sarah and my brother-in-law begged my father-in-law for forgiveness on numerous occasions after they ran themselves, their hearts, and their wallets to pay for the affair. But he wouldn't forgive them, and ultimately, he formally severed their familial ties. I don't know where they are now, but I assure you that they must have been living a very hard life, seeing as how they show up to every family gathering just to be turned away at the door.